Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. On our last book publishing based episode, we formatted a book to be a paperback, and we're going to format a book into an ebook. As you can see, I have already done this. And I did record it the first time, but I was so dissatisfied with the content I created that I decided to do it a second time. So yes, this is my second time doing this in about 2 weeks. So hopefully it will go smoother than it did the first time I did this. I sincerely doubt it though. Because it did not go smoothly last time at all. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? We are going to add books. So we're going to go up here into add books. And I guess let me start by saying that you need to have Calibre downloaded. I am fairly certain it's available on both Microsoft and Mac, and it is free. Granted, you can donate to them if you're so inclined, because they're doing this as a free service to us, and yeah, that's pretty dang cool. Alright, let's actually get started, shall we? I'm going to have to blur that out. I didn't realize that I left that in there. Okay, starting off great. Okay, so the first thing it did is it brought in the first image from my paperback into the cover. So we're going to want to change that. And we're going to right click and we're going to edit metadata individually. And I am really hopeful that this attempt at this is going to go better than my last one. Because everything that could possibly go wrong did go wrong in the last one. So if you keep any files saved as final X file, remove that here, and then you're going to browse, and you're going to find a copy of your book cover, and I was clearly unprepared for this once again. I'm going to have to just blur out all of that. I'm a brilliant woman. Alright, so we have the cover fixed, as you can see here. Right now we have it in docx. So what we need to do is convert the book. Oops. Alright, okay. Convert the book. And we currently have it as a docx. We need it as an ePub. There are other options available to you, but ePub is what we want anyway. And it will just take a second to do that. And then it's completed. So go ahead and go into edit your ebook. And it's going to look like a whole lot of nothing for a minute, and then we're going to go in here and we're going to start making changes. Let's start by making changes over here. I remember this being a problem for me at one point, and so I just want to make sure it doesn't become a problem this time. So I'm going to, I'm sorry. That wasn't fair to you guys. We're going to right click, scroll down to the bottom of the index splits that it just created, because those are all of your chapters or sections you created. And we're going to shift click that bottom one and then we're going to right click. And we're going to change the file extensions to .xhtml. I don't remember why that is important, to be honest with you, but it was. It gave me problems one time for not doing that, and I learned from me because it makes your life a whole lot easier to not have to fix it. So this is my cover, and I'm going to name it such. And as you're doing this, you're going to see it comes up as tabs everywhere. Okay, this is something that happens for me. I am certain it's a setting that I have personally messed up on my end, but I'm going to fix it by going into my cascading style sheets and fixing them in here. So remember how during my last episode of this, we said that we were going to possibly need to go and take a little Codecademy course in order to work on CSS. That's what this is, and that's exactly what we need to do. The thing that we need in this case is color, because it's the font that could be the issue, and it's also the background that could be the issue. So we are going to go here, and we're going to go color, and then we're going to remember that we don't remember the hex code for black, and we're going to look that up really quick. I can't remember if it's 00. It is. Okay, so we're gonna do, and don't forget to actually put an ending semicolon on your line, because last time I did this, I completely messed that up, and it took me like 10 minutes to realize that I had made that mistake. And then we're going to put a background color on this as well. And I have completely I can't even process words right now. I've completely blanked out on oh, okay, yep. It is that simple. And we're gonna do background, and I believe white is 6 Fs. I mean, I think you can do 3 too for the hex code, but let me just make sure that is correct. Hex code for white. Yep, okay. And now we have those ready. And this is, there we go. As you can see, as we start editing these, we're going to start seeing words appear on the screen. And that is very much a good thing. It means that we've done something correct. And I know that this is a little tedious. I'm sure that there is a setting for my viewer that I can change, but I have not figured out how to do it. And maybe that's just me not having the patience, or simply needing to uninstall and reinstall. That's definitely on me. Regardless, it is a fairly quick step, and just so you guys know, when I last recorded this video, it was a much quicker watch. It was about 45 to 50 minutes long, so you won't have to be with me for over an hour like that other video. Also, if you're still with me for this second video, what other sort of authorly content would you like to see? We formatted a paperback, we formatted a ebook, or we're formatting rather. What else do you want to see? I have a couple ideas here and there, but I will run out of ideas at some point, and I would love to know what my audience wants to see me do. Okay, so for this, we are going to remove the color because I'm almost positive that this is the hyperlink color. So I'm just going to leave that as is, because with that color and that underline, I'm almost positive that that's what a hyperlink would look like. But for now, we can now actually see the text in our viewer, and that makes me a happy camper. All right, so back to our first page after the title page. And this is our also by section. And I'm happy with how that looks. Just so you know, a lot of ebooks, even in traditional publishing, are very basic. So I don't want you to be too worried about making something that looks overly complicated. Go look at traditionally published ebooks, and that does not mean that you have to buy them. Go into their 10% of the books view and go look. Go see what sort of things you're seeing on there. You might be surprised by what you're seeing. Most of them are actually very simple. You don't have to outdo yourself with this. This is my half title page, and I'm going to rename it. And like I said earlier, when you're doing these, you're going to hit right click, and then you're going to go into rename, and then you can just type it right on in. Next, we have our title page, and we're going to do the same thing. And obviously, make sure everything's looking the way you want it to look. If you're not happy with it, now's the time to change it. So we have Be Still My Undying Heart, and I'm really actually not very happy with how it feels like this is very off balance size-wise, so I actually want to change that. Let's start by looking at block 5 and changing some fonts. Block 5 in the CSS style sheet, and we've got font size to EM. How about we look at 3? Okay, that's way better. And I'm pretty sure this will just roll over. Okay, it does. So something you're going to see a lot when you start uploading this file is they're going to say that this is a flowing ebook. And what that means is that depending on the size of your screen that you're looking at, it's going to condense words and stuff. It's not all static. And what that means is that no matter what you do here, it will fit to the screen. So just use your best judgment. Obviously, this will condense too as needed, and depending on the screen, it may adjust your font size as well according to the size screen someone has. But I like the 3EM there, and I'm going to keep it. I'm happy with how this looks. I don't want it to be too big. And the only other thing that I want to do here is I want to use alt text for my image. And that's just an accessibility thing. Okay, and then I don't think that this alt text is going to be necessary anywhere else, but we will find out as we go along. Okay, so this still looks good to me. I don't feel like I need to change anything. And this is a good thing. If you did everything well on your paperback formatting, you might not need to change very much on the ebook, and that is great. Less work for you is better. This is my dedication page. And the reason why you're changing the titles here is because as you go through and like start uploading this to places, when the end user buys it, that's the chapter titles they're going to see. So they're not going to see chapter 1, chapter 2 unless you change these. So you definitely want to do that to make your experience better for your reader. I honestly forgot I had a trigger warnings page. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, you know what? I remember it giving me an issue last time I did this, that I had put spaces. And I don't know why it gave me that issue. I guess I could also do underscores, but I think everybody kind of gets the point of... Well, will it let me underscore? Okay, it will. It will look cleaner. Okay. So, I don't really have any changes here. That's kind of nice. Oh, there we go. I knew something like that was going to happen at some point. Alright. I want to actually... Alright, so... Let me just rename this. Can I add alt text here or no? I don't think it lets me. Trim, paste, copy. No, okay. That reminds me that I don't think I did alt text on the copyright page, so I'll have to go back here in just a second. Okay, we've got a chapter header and cover page image. All right. So, okay, let me go back to the copyright page and do a quick alt text. And alt text is for accessibility. You just describe your image in words so that the visually impaired know what is on the page. Okay. So, moving on. All right, so now we have the alt text for the chapter header. We have chapter header image of black coffee cup with croissant on one side and star anise with sugar on the other. Actually, let me try that again. Black and white chapter header image. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. All right, so I think what is happening here okay, so it's not, let me just see what happens if I expand that. No, not better. Okay. Okay, so it's, all right. Let's see what happens if I do this. Okay. So what I did there is I removed the header 1 from including the image. So I took the image out of that header 1 section. And what I want to do now is to make sure that I didn't completely mess that up. So I want to do a bug check to see if I might have messed something up. And I didn't. Okay, that is a good sign. I like to hear that. So we have the photo and it's not centered, and that seriously bothers me. So this is class caliber 5. So let's go look at the style sheets. And I remember seeing the calibers way down here. And we need to align this. And I know there's a couple of things that I need to do in order to make that happen correctly. So let me just make sure I am doing this correctly. And I'm not gonna lie, if you can't remember how to do something, or if you're not sure how to do something, Google is your friend. Or whatever search engine you use. You don't have to use Google. But looking it up, don't be afraid. There are plenty of tutorials on how to do this online, and it will seriously help you with this. You don't have to do this alone. All right, so we're going to do display, block, margin, auto. Let's see if that helps. And it really did. Okay, awesome. I don't think we need to do anything else there. Oops. And we're going to go back over to Haunted by Memories. And remember how in my brain just forgot every word it knew a second ago? Remember how in my formatting a paperback, we did all caps for that first row? So that is not going to work the same here. So what I'm going to do in order to make this consistent is I'm going to actually only do all caps for the first 4 words. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to make sure that that's the same in every other chapter that we work on. So for some reason, this one worked 100% better. Did something change? No, the image was still inside. Huh. Now that's odd. Huh. I wonder if that little bit of formatting changed that somehow. Let me, I want to see if this pops up. Oh, it did. Okay. I mean, let me just, okay. No bugs or anything. So that actually means that it's a little bit less work for me, and I am perfectly okay with that. And so I don't have to type this over and over again. I'm going to copy it. So back over to the other one and go ahead and edit. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And one other thing, scroll through, see if anything like weird is happening in here. Just make sure that everything looks correct to you. Even if it's super quick, it will, you know, make sure that you're not going to regret it in the future. All right, and I didn't copy anything else, right? Haha, okay. And that looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And from there, it should be as simple as going through and making sure that these little changes are consistent throughout, and making sure that you don't see anything crazy wrong within your document. And, you know, if you do see something super wrong within your document, what you need to change kind of depends on what's going on. So it will be on a case-by-case sort of basis. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got myself a little distracted. Okay, good. I did that correctly. Okay, so remember how on my paperback formatting there were some lines where if I did it all caps, it rolled over to the extra page? That's what's happening here. So I actually want to just get rid of that so that it becomes one line again, because that BR is a break. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And if you're someone who does drop caps, they're hard to code. I'm not going to lie to you. I used to do drop caps in my ebooks, and I don't really have a desire to do it anymore. It's like I said, it's not fun. It's difficult to code, and it isn't something that I want to continue to do. But there are tutorials on how to do it online, and you can look it up, and it should, in theory, show you how to do it in a way that will work for all different devices that people may be using to read your book. And I know that I am opening myself up to making a video on how to code a drop cap, but if you're really interested in it, throw a comment down below and I'll do a quick video. And by quick, I mean it might take me 10 or 15 minutes compared to this 45-minute video that we're doing. I forgot the name of the chapter. And so I know that this is a lot of repetition that you're watching right now, and if that's not something that interests you, you can skip ahead. For right now, I don't have any reason to believe that there will be anything different that we're doing throughout most of the rest of this video, for at least the chapter pages, but I've been wrong before, and I could be wrong now. But the good news is that if you have been really meticulous with making your paperback and not hitting a bunch of enters or things like that, this should be very easy. You might not even have to make any changes to these pages, and that is awesome for you. Ooh, no all caps. And we have another page just like that. I wonder, I know that there weren't a whole lot of pages like that, but now I'm worried I missed another one. Okay, we're good. Me worrying for nothing. But honestly, I would rather worry about it and double check myself than mess it up. Just because it looks unprofessional if you leave a gap like that when you didn't intend to. Oops. And just as simple as delete. I feel like that didn't do that correctly. That was weird. Okay. That was really weird because I swear it won't let me back up to that point. All right. Well. And then we go and change this. We did it over here, okay. And that looks good. Alt text. Oh, did I? Christmas passed with little. Okay, I did fix those. Okay. Squirrel. We're almost done. Just a couple more chapters to go. And then we move on to those back matter pages. Oh, had I? Oh, no, I hadn't. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And really just my recommendation for this is to go slow, take your time. Personally, I would rather do something one time than have to fix it multiple times. Okay, we have forgot those underscores. Oops. Excuse you? That was really weird. Okay, I don't know why my computer just did that. It kind of freaked me out though, I'm not gonna lie. And rename this. And we're almost to the finish line. So this should be, I scrolled through this, right? I did, it looked fine. Okay, so those are my main chapters, and then I have some other things. I have acknowledgements, and there are no photos in here. And one more chapter header. I've had a lot of people say that this deleted scene has really softened the blow of the ending of this book. But they did know what was coming. There are trigger warnings. Okay. So that is the last of it, in theory. Let's go ahead and save, and let's do a couple of things, because if you're going to plug this into Amazon, they do charge you extra if you have a larger file, and if you're on the 70% plan. So there's a couple ways to save yourself a little space. And in particular, you're going to remove unused CSS rules. Okay, and we've done that. And then we're going to compress images losslessly. Alright, so it's not a lot, but it will help. Especially with those few cents that Amazon takes for each purchase of your book. And then we're just going to do a quick bug check. If you have no problems found, you are good to go. Go ahead and save. And what you're going to do is you are going to save to disk. And then put it wherever you want, and you will have your ePub. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I will do my best to respond. Good luck out there, folks. Be kind to each other. Ta-ta.